Welcome everybody to the stream. I almost forgot to unmute myself. It is time for the Go Champions League semi-final number 2. Yesterday we saw Space Soldiers upset Dignitas with a 2-0 scoreline, which was a really interesting game to watch. And this time around we will have E-Frag against Team AGG, who are apparently boot camping. That might be the reason why they're late. Maybe they still had to talk about some stuff. Somebody in the chat just mentioned that they were still eating. So I don't know if that is any cause for a delay. You know, you can speed up the eating process, or you can just simply order or cook a little earlier than that. I mean, I ate as well, and you weren't. I mean, you didn't see me eat. I wasn't late because I ate. I don't know, but it doesn't really matter for now. We will see Inferno as the map pick of E-Frag. Then we will move on to Train, the pick of AGG, and after that we could see Overpass. And as always, my prediction is kind of a back and forth. It's a battle between my heart and my brain. I would go for a 2-1 in favor of E-Frag, even though AGG and E-Frag are on the same level. I would never count any of the two teams out. It could well end 2-0 in any of the teams' favor. The odds on CSGO launch are heavily favoring E-Frag though, with 64%, at least last time I checked. It was 64. It's still 64% in favor of E-Frag and 36 in favor of AGG. Roughly 1/3 and 2/3 split between the teams. As I said, 2-1 in favor of E-Frag is definitely possible, especially with Train being the second map. If AGG manage to start on the CT side, they should be able to get themselves out in a very good streak. And being their map pick, they should be confident in winning it. We will see that unfold in just a few moments, as you were already able to see before. We were waiting on the players, but now we have 10 players on the server. It's just a matter of time until we start. Yeah, now Spy Leader is asking for a minute, so maybe that's just mind games between the two teams. They know what's at stake. There is a lot of money on the line in this tournament. $20,000 have been brought to the table by our dear partners EGB.com, G2A, C-Series and Twitch. And of course, 10,000 will go to the winner of this online tournament. 5,000 will go to the second place, so whoever wins this matchup has $5,000 100%. He doesn't have to do anything else for that. And that is quite a massive load of money. I would definitely love to win that much money in one game. So it seems like AGG is... Yeah, no. Everything is fine on their end. And now we have to get the server ready to have a coach slot, which we usually had already. So it's just really a matter of minutes. Let's talk you through the odds on the maps. We will start on Inferno, the map that E-Frag chose. They recently battled it out with Hellraisers in a thrilling double overtime, not triple overtime even. I don't know how many overtimes. It was 25-23 in Hellraisers' favor. And if we want to draw conclusions, you know, the kind of string theory with if one team wins against another team and the other team wins against the team that the first team is playing against, it means that the first team will win. And now AGG has played Hellraisers as well just a few days back, and they lost 16-13. So now we can compare or try. No, that's not really how logic works. I don't think there is too much to talk about on those results. Which we can compare though is AGG's performance against Epsilon. They lost 16-10 and now they won 16-6 just 2 weeks ago. So it seems like they have put in some work, or they simply started on the other side. Let's check this out real quick. Yep. No. Actually, AGG started on the T side on both of those games against Epsilon. Once they managed to pull it back, and the other time they failed horribly. So it seems like the Poles, like always, are a momentum-based team. You know that already. I think they have a lot of potential with their lineup being switched all the time. They have that 4-player core, and then they always have +1, -1, and they are switching it around quite a lot. And I think that kept them from reaching their end skill ceiling. Now they were sticking together quite a few weeks, actually months it is at the moment. Yeah, I think it is more a few weeks, definitely. So they should have everything figured out at the moment. And we still have some trouble joining players. But the admin is forcing us, so that's a good thing. Rallen is taking the timeout already. Yeah, they don't want to lose this knife round. It's amazingly important on Inferno to win the knife round. If you start on the CT side, you obviously have that that advantage on the choke points. And of course, we still use Inferno due to the fact that we played with the normal map pool. I will call it the old map pool now. We played with the old map pool throughout the whole season, and it wouldn't really make sense to bring in Nuke at the second semi-final and the final. So we stuck to this map pool for now. The same goes for the minor qualifier as well. So nobody's really changing the map pool in a rash decision. They will give the team some time. So now it's gonna go down to whoever prepares Nuke the most, and we could see Nuke being a key map in the minor qualifier and also in the major qualifier as well. So it's gonna be interesting in the future, but for now we stick to Inferno, a map that I personally still like, even though it might be some call it boring with the chokehold over there, and obviously middle is not too hard to hold on to either. But if you handle it good or well on the terrorist side, you should still be able to cope with those choke points, especially with the 5 seconds on top of the clock. Valve did a small change that has a huge impact, especially in this map, because you give the terrorists some more time to really go for those executions. Even though the CTs can still smoke it off, they can't smoke it off all the time. So you give the terrorists some more time, some more room for error as well. So the coaches are there, the players are there as well. What are we waiting for? Everyone's moving as well. I don't know. It's one of those days, I guess. The admin said it's ready 2 minutes ago. Yeah, there it goes. I was waiting for that. Finally, we get this best of 3 underway. The second map will be Train, the map choice of AGG, which I think they should be able to win for sure. And the key map is Inferno for now. It depends on who is going to get the better start. E-Frag on the CT side, obviously in the driving seat, if they manage to win the pistol. And we see the terrorists going for the banana push, just like always. They want to get some information and some map control over there, pushing the CTs further back. And a good nade already onto Spiley. They're down to 10 HP. The CTs have to retreat already, and that's a good start for AGG. Even though they couldn't capitalize on the nades yet, at least they pushed the spy leader back into the side, so he can't really get too much information from that point. And AGG is looking for some info in A as well. Groovy, Furlan and Repo. And he should be up against Bubble, who's on the corner on long. Now he knows the terrorists are coming for him. He goes out for that small peek. Doesn't really get too much damage. Racks up some more bullets though onto Furlan. Down to 33 and the B-split is in full effect. It's Spiley in the CT spawn. He gets stinged straight away by Groovy. Good job by him. Bubble coming back into CT spawn. And now it's up to Victor to hold on to the B-bomb site on his own. The 4 terrorists are pincing him in and Groovy gets rid of him as he turns around. So it's a 4v3 now. The CTs have no equipment to retake the bomb site with. And the terrorists with a man advantage. They have control over Banana as well. And now the CTs will run into the crossfire. NKL takes down one of the terrorists. Rallen replies. Groovy is chiming in with a second and a third and the fourth frag of the round. AGG up 1-0 thanks to Groovy's really good performance. Already eliminated the threat that was Spiley there over here with a very quick shot. And then he came around to help his teammates out, covering the bomb site. So the Polish squad is up with 1 round and the CTs on the 4th buy. No reason for them to save for now. They have 5 smokes, so they really want to contest this round. And if not contested, maybe even get an AK out of this round. That would be perfect for them. But even more perfect would be the round win. So we've got Furlan defensively holding Banana, while the rest of his squad is making his way into apartments. Reaper capturing that already with his Mac-10. The rest is still holding back, so Reaper is just a scout to see what's going on over there. While the rest of the squad is still holding back in middle. Now they have to make up their mind sometime soon with 1 minute 5 on the clock. It can get risky if the terrorists run the clock down too low, because they simply don't have the time to, well, make a mistake basically, or not check a corner. And then they run into the CZ-75s, they lose the bomb carrier, and it all goes down the drain. Now that smoke timing was perfect by the CTs. Spy leader retreating into A long. And Victor is the last one in the B-bomb site. He's smoking it off again with 35 seconds on the clock. That smoke can hold the terrorists on at bay quite some time. In the meantime, Hyper is making his way into the A-bomb site already, trying to sell a fake, but he doesn't really get any frags or any damage dealt. NKL just called 1 bullet. Now Furlan is running into Victor. He gets a frag before he gets traded by Groovy. And Spidey that goes down to Groovy as well. He's on fire tonight with 2 kills already. He makes it a 3v3. And the CT is on the doorstep of the bomb site with their Mac-10. Rallen will pick up 1 frag onto NKL and hold us down. Dreamer to 22 HP as well as Groovy racks up his 3rd frag. There is not much that Dreamer can do anymore, except for going down to Groovy. And it's 2 men that do the job for AGG. 10 frags between Rallen and Groovy. 8 of which on Groovy himself. What a scoreline by him. In 2 rounds. A dream start for him. A dream start for AGG as well. Bringing a lot of equipment to the next round. So they don't have to buy up too much. Have a Tech 9 for Furlan and a Mac 10 for Hyper. It's not going to be a problem for them in clinching this round either, especially with the 5-man stack on the B-bomb side by the CTs. No one is going to be there anytime soon. The terrorists already spot the A-bomb side out. Nobody home. They're still unsure if there's anyone in pit, but now Groovy has checked that as well, and Hyper's already racing in to collect some frags. Reaper with a frag as well. Bubble with a reply, but it's gonna be easy pickings. Hyper comes in with the Mac-10, farming some money. Good job by him. He gets himself 3 kills and a lot of money. 6k for him now. Gives AGG some additional room for error. And the CTs on the other side didn't manage to save any armor or equipment from the previous round, so they will be down to 50 bucks each. No AWP in play for either of the teams. And AGG with a good chance to make this a 4-0, possibly even a 5-0 if they win the following save round. They just have to do this really, really on point now. Oh, but Victor is stepping out. He gets 2 frags before he goes down to Furlan, but he's down to 10 H well, and Repo goes down to Bubble. It's all sliding down out of the hands of the terrorists, even though Rallen replies, makes it a 3v2. The terrorist HP is so bad. Any of the CTs will have an easy time picking them down. Spy leader is still holding on to the top of Banana. And he would be key to be taken down for the terrorists. Won't happen though, at least not now. They still have some good amount of equipment, so they can flash him. Spidey doesn't really have anything to reply with, except for that one smoke, but he can't counter flash. He can't really delay that push. AGG just needs to be patient. Oh, Berlin just barely missed those, or dodged those bullets. Rallin is trying to capitalize on that. Spidey that tucks himself into the corner behind the sandbag, somehow gets that frag. Berlin with a spray has to rush it, has to hurry up though. He's on the ace with 3 frags, but 10 HP remaining. The chances of that happening are really slim. But he will flash himself through the smoke all on one card, and it's not gonna be the ace. It's Dreamer with a headshot. E-Frag is back on the board, or on the board for the first time. It has been a very expensive round for the CTs, so AGG still have a good chance of forcing them into a save. And if they hurry up, if the terrorists get those 2 quick frags in B, the CTs would be saving already. The same goes for a quick execution A. If they don't let the CTs rotate, if they don't give them any info, AGG can make the CTs save with just a few kills basically. E-Frag obviously wants to avoid losing this round, so they stick very deep into the side. Bubble, Dreamer and NKL are so far out of the sight. It should be easy for the terrorists to smoke them off and then make a push to the A site. Spiley and Victor are just holding the B bomb site in a more default way. And we have Hyper taking point in middle. The CT is still with the man on balcony. Actually down below the balcony. And a 3-man stack on the A-bomb side. They managed to get Spiley down the side as well, so he can help them out rather quickly. The AGG is running into the A-bomb side. They will split up though. They have 2 players from short/A apartments and 3 players from long. They will be tagged down by Spyleader, but Reaper takes a small break, takes his breath as well, and gets that kill for the terrorists to slice around the A-bomb side. Now Dreamer with a very tiny gap, but Bubble is making it count with 2 kills. Dreamer with the reply as well. It's a 3v2 in favor of the CTs, with the bomb being lost inside the bomb site. They have to plant it, but at the same time they are surrounded by the CTs. Dreamer can't go down, he doesn't, and neither does NKL. E-Frag will clinch the second round and close the gap to AGG to only 1 round difference. And the terrorists won't be able to... Wow, okay, they will still go for the force buy. Tech 9s and P250s, so they want to keep the CT's economy as low as possible. They know that E-Frag is still on the verge of saving if they lose this round, so they figure that chances are rather good to upset the CTs and at the same time force them on a save and then capitalize, make it to 5 rounds by just winning 1. Bubble already going to work on this terrorist push in middle. Easy pickings for him. The terrorists will split up and try to surround the A-bomb site, but that's not going to work out well. Dreamer with a double kill finally goes down to Hyper, but the terrorists made it a 2v2, so Spiley, they're just missing a good opportunity onto Hyper, and Reaper got his hands on the M4A1, so he can defend the bomb site with that. Spiley that goes down, it's Victor on his own. He's taking out Hyper already, so Repo has to plant the bomb, and at the same time he's... well, he has to handle Victor. He smokes himself off, goes for the plant. Victor has revealed his position and Repo is covering himself. The upset is real. AGG make it 4-2. And they will make the CTs hit that very rough spot just below the threshold of buying up. E-Frag has to go for... they will go for the force buy. What an E-Frag thing to do now. 2 Famouses, 2 5.7s and a CZ75 for Dreamer. It's really not the best amount of equipment either on the Bulgarian squad. They put all their eggs in one basket. If they lose this round, it would be horrible for them. AGG could make it 6-2 before the CTs can get back on track. So everything is on the line for E-Frag. They know it's their map pick. They're supposed to win this one. And AGG should be so much more confident on train if they win this one. And they make them pay. They make Bubble and Victor go down. The 2 famous wielding CTs taken out of the round already. making it so much easier for AGG. They will slow down for now. They know the CTs need to go for some information, or should go for some information. But of course, E-Frag, well, they realize if we go for some info, we might make it even worse. And, you know, what are we supposed to do now? Go for info, and then we see, oh, there are 4 terrorists coming my way. Oh, thank you, I'm dead. So they stick to their positions. They try to hold on together. Ah, Spy Leader with a double kill somehow changes the direction of the round, but he goes down to repo straight away. It would have been a great frag if Spy Leader managed to take down the last one as well. But Dreamer can't do anything either. AGG with a 5-2 lead now. Very good start for the Polish side. The CTs on the save. And they will be back on weapons in the coming round, but AGG will be sitting at a 6-2 score already. Now some aggression by Bubble. Doesn't really pay off though. But maybe AGG is fooled into thinking that the CTs have not stacked this bomb site, because Bubble went for the info over there. At the same time, the Polish side knows they don't have to rush anything. They are in control of this matchup. They can let the CTs make the mistakes, but in turn, it is Spy Leader going out on a limb, getting the frag onto Relin, and Reaper is down to 4 HP, so a good chance for the CTs to claw their way back into this game. At least making it expensive, even though the terrorist money is not that big of a problem at the moment. They could give themselves a slither of hope. Victor just can't stay alive long enough, but Spy Leader stepping up again. A triple kill for Spy Leader now. Suddenly it's Groovy and Hyper alone. Hyper will make it a 2v2 again. Dream and NKL are still around. And NKL has a P250, so he's got a good chance to ambush one of the terrorists. And they will boost themselves up. Oh, Groovy didn't spot them, but NKL didn't spot Groovy either. Now Groovy knows that they are both over there somewhere. Didn't know that it's a tower though. At least he didn't have his crosshair high enough, so I think they still haven't spotted the tower, and Dreamer is left on his own now that NKL went down. P2000 in hand. No armor, so really no chance to make anything happen. Maybe he can tag one of the terrorists down on his way out. But he's been spotted, and Groovy will hunt him down or try to do so. Some trouble on Groovy's end, but AGG will win the round nonetheless. And E-Frag is going for the pause. I think it's a tactical pause, or at least I hope so. Rallen is asking instantly. Oh no, they have sound issues. Okay, but it's a convenient timing to have sound issues in this very round, because E-Frag needs to pick up every single round that's left in this half. Otherwise, they, well, even with that scoreline, even if they make it 9-6, chances of them making a comeback in the second half rely on the piss to win, and they also rely on winning the first rifle round. Otherwise, AGG would probably be back again and would have the confidence and the momentum in their favor. So the terrorists still have quite some money to work with. Hyper and Groovy with the 2 AKs. The rest hasn't bought up anything yet. Taking their time making a decision. The Reaper won't have too much to work with, but Rallen and Furlan will have a sturdy buy. Maybe they try to read E-Frag now. Will the CTs go for an AWP? Do we need an AWP ourselves? Do we even want an AWP, even if the CTs have an AWP? And where do we send the AWP? Where would the CT send the AWP if they want to buy one? And do the CTs have the money and the guts to buy one? They won't. E-Frag has a FAMA still in the hands of NKL and only one defuse kit, while AGG is not going for the AWP either. It's going to be a 5 rifle lineup on both sides, and E-Frag have to reinvent themselves in a way. They already tried a somewhat aggressive move here by Bubble, but it was in a save round, so I kind of expect them to get something really crazy going. Spy Leader is alone on the B bomb site and the 4-man stack on A. AGG is completely stacked up on Banana, though. It seems like they have a rough idea where E-Frag is stacked up. And if that turns out to be the case, it's gonna be the full push. Spy Leader on his own. He has to retreat instantly. Didn't even do some damage. Now he does, though. Hyper with the trade. And the CTs with a quick rotation. They can't hold the terrorists at bay, though. And a deep smoke will keep the CTs out of the occasion for now. Bubble goes out on a limb, pushes through the smoke. He goes down instantly. NKL, though, capitalizes on that. Gets a refrag onto Relin and gets another one onto Hyper. A 2v3 now in favor of the CTs. But the bomb has been planted. Furlan and Repo will smoke off construction site. And Victor has to push through the smoke. He's got Rima on top of him. But the terrorists don't need to go for a peek. They can let the CTs go for the retake. Now Repo has spotted Dreamer with bad timing for Dreamer. Nade in his hands. He goes down. So does his teammate. And Victor is alone with 22 HP. The terrorists have a good crossfire. And he just wants to get out of there with his life, which is not going to happen. Furlan has him covered. AGG make it 7-2. What a scoreline by the terrorists now. And they didn't even show an A execution yet. They didn't have to. Only one real rifle round won by... oh wait, I hope they... no, they changed it. How? Why would you do that? Valve is really... the one graph that was helpful, they take from me. This update. Damn it. Yeah. So, well, the terrorists will start it off with the first frag, and I could go on to ranting. I think I will do that. That's a fair option. So the graph I was talking about was the equipment value graph, which usually shows you how much money a team has in which rounds. So, for example, the CTs would be over there at a 2k, no, roughly 3k line in this round, because it's the first buy round, where the terrorists would have the same kind of amount of money. So you can tell the viewers in hindsight, oh, they lost an eco round. For example, the terrorist graph would be down there with roughly 1 to 2k equipment value, and the CT's graph would have been there. And then you can see, oh, the terrorists had really not enough equipment, while the CTs had a lot of equipment, and they lost this round because it's yellow. That's the one really, really useful graph, and they exchange it for a graph, utility damage dealt. Something that is so amazingly... wow! Look at that graph! Oh my god, it tells so much about the game! Oh, Rallen with a double P90 frag. That tells a lot about the game as well. Dream and Victor trying to hold on to their equipment value that we can't show you anymore. Yes, I know it's still on top in this very helpful graph over there for everyone that's completely blind and can't see how much they have on them. My god. I hope you're with me. Valve really needs some consultants, and hopefully they will get some consultants that are not completely brain dead. It wouldn't be me, because I'm brain dead as well, in a way. But, you know, it's just ridiculous. So the CT's on yet another save, and everything is going the way of AGG. They handle everything perfectly. They're called to make those 4 spy rounds when they were on the brink of saving themselves. It was exactly the right timing to break E-Frag's economy. And so E-Frag is in a really, really bad shape economically, probably also mentally. And of course on the scoreline as well. Bulgarian squad is going for default at the moment. They only have 1 armored player in bubble. But the terrorists are pressuring the CTs on every single end of the map. Rallen is still inside A with his P90. The bomb is making its way into the B bomb site now, but they're taking their fair time. They don't really want to rush things, you know. We have 40 seconds. We have 2 players inside the B side. We know it's a save. We don't really have to hurry up. They can take their time. And now let's see what... Oh, they snuck past Rallen. And now Groovy doesn't know that there are 2 CTs in mid. He still handles it perfectly. And Groovy is doing so well. He had 8 frags in the first 2 rounds. He picked up a quad kill in the first round and a quad kill in the second round. So 13 for him. That means he didn't do too much in the last few rounds. His teammates were able to step up though. Rallen getting a few P90 frags in there in the round before the previous one. And AGG up 9-2. It looks very bad for E-Frag. They have to do everything they can right now. Even if they make it, let's say 10-5 or something like that, maybe 9-6, their chances of winning this map are really, really slim. Now Furlan just going for the cheeky boost onto the cart. And AGG has so much space now. They have so much room. They have so much money. They can try whatever they like. And even if it fails, they can fall back onto their default playing style, which worked out perfectly so far. And if their default playing style fails 2 rounds in a row, they can go for a huge A execution, or they can go for a rush. They can try to handle apartments a little more, or something like that. They still have so many options they didn't really have to try yet. It's really hard for E-Frag to adjust themselves, and that's why they stay in their put positions. They stay very defensive. They are a little bit scared for the terrorist pushes. And look at AGG. Rico is not holding himself down. Spyleader already hits the floor hard and cold. And it's Victor in the back of the site. He's still smoked off. The terrorists know that there might be some more CT action in the smoke. He already got dinged, so they know that he's around. In the meantime, Furlan is intercepting the CTs on the rotation. Maybe some overconfidence by AGG. Victor can handle Rallen, and there is no double peek by the terrorist. Now Hyper will finally get rid of him. And Repo still has construction under control, so no real trouble for AGG. I was seeing an opportunity for Victor there. If he had gotten himself another frag, he switched position to that area, got himself a kill over here, but then he was traded. And if he wouldn't have been traded, would have been perfect for the CTs. They would have had a man behind the enemy lines while the rest of them is pushing in, so the terrorists would have virtually had to 180 all the time. So E-Frag will fail another round, and they go for the force buy. The loser bonus is helping them out on that one. NKL only has a 5-7 and 2 Famases. And of course AGG is going for the default again. 2 players in second mid. They will check out apartments, so they think the CTs might go for something different. So they will just check out apartments for now. The rest of the squad is making its way into top of banana. E-Frag is simply unable to repel those playing styles at the moment. They can't hold the terrorists away from the B bomb site. They eat nade damage like Spyleader did right now. 59 remain for him. And if you smoke it off, that defensively on banana, the terrorists already have all the execution spots. They can easily smoke and Molotov you out of the positions. They can set up smoke screens like AGG did in the previous round. So it's really hard for the CTs to make something happen on the B bomb site. Whereas if they smoked up a little deeper in banana, they could have given themselves some more time to rotate as well. And now the terrorists will get that first frag thanks to Rallen wielding the AWP for one of the first rounds here, and Furlan is trying to sneak in there. He keeps the CTs in the site for a few more seconds. In the meantime, the terrorists are already pushing for the B bomb site. Bubble gets one, but that was of course Furlan who was still in the A bomb site, and the B bomb site is already swept. Victor tries to get something back, and now that he got himself the kill, construction site is still under control for the CTs, and they can try this retake. There is no reason for them to not try it, but now that Hyper got himself another frag onto the bubble, it's more than unlikely for the CTs to make something happen. There goes Groovy with a double kill, and he made himself shine quite a few times already, and this time around he didn't fail either. 2 kills for AGG, making it 11-2, and E-Frag needs something magic to happen. Furlan and Repo on the B-bomb site again, and the CTs finally get some deeper control over Banana. They go out on the limb, Victor goes for the peek, he picks up 2 frags, and that's what I wanted to see from the CTs for the past 10 rounds, you know? Not 10 rounds, of course, but they were playing so defensive all the time. They gave the terrorists so much space, and at the same time, they neglected themselves the opportunity to get some info, to rotate quickly, to get people in the right positions in the right moments. Now finally a double man advantage. Even though the terrorists pulled it back to only 1 man advantage, E-Frag still has a 2-2 split. So if Spy Leader and Dreamer don't fail completely, it should be possible for E-Frag to win this round. But let's see what AGG comes up with. Hyper is pushing into CT spawn, trying to handle the rotation, and Bubble is giving away his position, still gets the frag though. That was really important for the CTs, but now they still don't really know where the terrorist push is coming from. Spy Leader spots them, retreats into sight just in the nick of time, and Rallin and Groovy will run out of time and out of HP as well. Dreamer with the double, and E-Frag is back on the board. This time it only took them 10 rounds? No, that can't be possible. Oh my god, 8 rounds it is. Of course, AGG will have enough money to buy up in this last round of the half. But at least E-Frag gave themselves a fighting chance, and they go for some aggressions. So wow, that was not really the way they imagined it to handle it. Triple kill for Groovy in the mid push. Spy Leader rotating in there, he intercepts the first one, gets traded by Hyper, and NKL needs to stay on the heels of the terrorist without giving away his position, so he decides to go the other way round into Banana, trying to get rid of at least the first terrorist while the other one is planting, but he needs to sneak. Molotov will not block him. He smokes off CT spawn to fool the terrorists a little bit. Has it Incinerate to draw out Druby. Groovy will burn a little bit and puts a bullet to his cranium. It's the 3rd quad kill for Groovy. And if you calculate that 3 times 4 is 12, he got 12 kills in 3 rounds, and the rest was spread out throughout the whole half. What a great half by AGG with 12-3. That's not the scoreline I expected on the map pick of E-Frag. So AGG with a perfect situation now. If they win the pistol, they can take it to match point, map point, of course. And that would show E-Frag who's the master now. Well, I can show you the other. Wow, look at that nade damage. So amazing. It's... wow. Enemy's flash is kind of cool. Shows you that AGG was doing a good job flashing the terrorists, while, well, there wasn't really enough equipment on the CT side on E-Frag anyway. But now we have AGG going for a good apartment play by Hyper. Oh, he's showing himself a little bit too early at Bubble. Just in the nick of time, got his weapon ready to repel that cheeky play. Rallin is still in apartment, so together with his teammate, and finally they get a frag back. The CT's on the rotation, with 2 players coming in from CT spawn and 1 in Banana. Rallin still holding on to Boiler Room while Spidey disposes of Groovy, gets another kill onto Furlan, just simply runs him down. And now he expects somebody to rotate from CT spawn. That's not gonna happen. Rallin and Repo are already in top of middle. but they can't find anyone, and they both have armor, so they save it for the next round, and the terrorists will win the pistol round. E-Frag wins both pistols. Not really. Wow, what is happening today? They won their pistol. That was the mandatory round they needed to get themselves back on track. Maybe you can see some Bulgarian magic this time around. And another pause by E-Frag, so I think the sound issues are back. AGG can lean back a little bit. They can easily go for those saves. They don't have to worry about anything yet. Even if E-Frag win the first 5 rounds, they would still be down 8-12, and AGG would still have enough rounds to go for 2 save rounds in a row. They can invest a lot of money in those save rounds, so they can go for 4 spies as well without having to worry about the outcome of those. So let's see if they can do something with the CZ75s and the 2 armored players in the rows. Rallen and Repo, of course, saved that armor from the previous round. They have Hyper with the CZ positioned very well in apartments, but he's prone to be flanked. That's why Furlan is still holding that angle. And if Furlan gets pushed back, Hyper has to retreat a little bit. Well, Hyper decides to retreat on his own terms, since the terrorists showed their presence in second mid, so he expects a boost. That's not going to be the case yet, but Spylead is about to get in there. Good decision by Hyper to give up his position. He wasn't really going to cause problems to E-Frag there, but now that he's with his teammates, he can surprise the terrorists a little bit maybe. Not really. Spyleader shuts him down straight away. The CTs with the rotation movement already, when Rallen and Ruby will not have an easy time here. NKL and Spyleader already go to work. And I don't know if Repo and Rallen should go for this. They reconsider as well. They made some small movements into CT spawn, but now they cover themselves and each other as well. Well, actually Rallen is not covered by Repo yet. You can see that Rallen doesn't really know where to turn. Kinda hard for him to position himself correctly. Still trying to find a spot where it's nice and cozy. Yeah, it seems like he found himself a good spot. I wonder what they talk about right now. Like Repo saying, "No mate, I've got Speedway, you don't have to watch it." And Rallen, "Yeah, but you don't have CT spawn, so I have to watch CT spawn and B," and stuff like that. But yeah, kind of funny situation there with Rallen turning left and right. But he saves that armor as well as Repo, so they can try to stack it up one more time. This time it will be the A bomb site that gets stacked by the CTs. Okay, so 3-man handling long. And Groovy will take refuge in pit. Well, why not try, you know? E-Frag is taking their time setting themselves up. They don't really want to lose anything at the moment. Every single kill could mean, well, a backlash in the next rounds. If they lose one of those AKs, it can be really deadly in the hands of AGG. They showed us what they are capable of achieving with that rifle already. And at the same time, if E-Frag suffered too many casualties in this round, it could make them realize, oh, okay, we maybe have won the 2 initial rounds, but AGG is still able to punish us for mistakes. And there they go. Rallen with the first frag. Now NKL gets traded as... No, actually Bubble and NKL get traded. Good crossfire by the CTs, and that's exactly what I talked about. Dreamer and Victor left alive, and Dreamer is now the only one standing. The CTs have him covered as well. Rallen with the frag. Double kill for him. Furlan with the triple. And AGG will punish E-Frag for, well, actually just attacking them. there wasn't really a big mistake by E-Frag. Maybe the refragging could have been better, but if you jump around that corner and you look 2 CTs in the eye, and there's another CT over there covering them from there, it's just really hard to handle that situation. And it's gonna be a little chaotic. E-Frag now losing another eco round. That's the second eco round loss, and it could be one of the, well, the first nails in the coffin. Maybe even the last one. Hyper will be alone on the A bomb side though. The terrorists have surrounded him already, and Spyleader is doing a good job this time around. He got himself quite a few double kills in important rounds for E-Frag, even though it didn't really mean too much on the first half. He's gonna be a key player for E-Frag, not only because he's their shot caller, but also because he got the frags. But thanks to that eco round loss on E-Frag, they don't have too much money to throw at the CTs. So they can't overextend, they can't go for the exit frags, which leaves Rallen and Repo to save their guns rather comfortably. And in turn, that means that AGG can put up some more resistance in the next round. They can even force it up rather easily. Rallen can easily drop a weapon for one of his teammates. Furlan can buy up himself. And, well, we might see one guy with a FAMAS or only a... well, okay. They go for the AWP. Doesn't matter for them. A UMP is there. Okay, so they go for the UMP and the AWP combination. Curious to see what Hyper is able to achieve with that gun. While the terrorists are making their point into Banana already. The CTs are there, countering that move with Rallen and Repo. The 2 Rs. The double R. This time around, it's not gonna be the double R though. It's only Repo standing. He has to give up that position, calls in for Hyper to support him. And that's a big gun. Dragged over to the B bomb site. The terrorists don't know that yet. Oh, Hyper missing that shot. That would have been the round opener for AGG. Now the terrorists know there is an AWP in play, and they will quickly rotate back to the A bomb site. Trying to make something happen over there. They have Dreamer working his way into apartments, and a good nade by Furlan, tagging NKL down to 57. Now he spots the terrorists come for him. He smokes them off. Good timing by him. Gives his teammates some more time. Now Hyper can go for some peeks into Banana. He doesn't spot anyone, so the CTs are in the full rotation already. And Furlan will stop the bomb planter. Spyleader is there. The C4 is dropped in short, and Furlan doesn't even need to pull the trigger onto Victor. He pulls it onto NKL. The terrorists are completely demolished by the CTs. Good reactions by the CTs, especially with their positioning. Bubble and Dreamer have to do it with their headshots now. They still have 2 smokes and 4 flash grenades. And Ruby is just in pit. He's just wasting time for the terrorists right now. Furlan with another frag, even though he's down to 18 HP. And Bubble tries to leg it to the B bomb site and plant the bomb over there. That's his last refuge. It's his last hope. But Hyper is already there. And he will not allow Bubble to get into the bomb site without any shots fired. Oh, that was actually an accidental shot by Hyper. And he realizes, if I push in there, it's going to be a 2v1. So I'd rather stay back and wait for my teammates. Bubble is doing a good job of turning it into, well, not really his own favor, but at least into a 2v1. CT's with the fake for now. Now he's gonna spray down Hyper. Good frag by him, but Ruby will be there picking up the defuse kit and also the defuse. So AGG with a 14-6. But it went down the wire thanks to Bubble doing his very best to keep it alive for E-Frag. And he almost clutched it. That would have been something that could have turned the momentum upside down again. It could have showed AGG, okay, we might be in the lead, but E-Frag still has some fight in him. The Bulgarian squad is going for another forced buy, and as we warp into time, Spyleader and Dreamer suddenly find themselves alone. They must be scratching their heads. We just looked away for a second and our teammates were gone. Repo with another headshot onto Spyleader. It's probably gonna be the 15-6 scoreline. AGG is handling it perfectly. Inferno could have been their map pick the way they play it. 12-3 halftime score in AGG's favor, and they are not wasting any chances to make it as hard as possible for E-Frag to come back. An eco round win by the CTs. A good positioning and rotating play by AGG in another key round. And E-Frag is down to Tech 9s, a Deagle, and 2 Galils. AGG have all the time in the world. They can push down into Banana and check it out. They can put the pressure up onto the terrorists without any remorse. And that's exactly what they do already. Repo is so deep in Banana, he can see everything over there. If the terrorists made their way in there, he could have been able to tell it to his teammates, and Groovy will not allow the terrorists to get a foothold in apartments. The bomb has been dropped over there as well. It's in plain sight for the CTs. Groovy knows that the bomb carrier has to come from there. He goes down to Spidey there. Victor's pulling it back as well. But Victor is suddenly alone, and Furlan with a double kill. 16-6 in favor of Groovy and company, who is doing so well tonight. 22 kills for him, 19 for Repo and Furlan. And we see NKL on 7 and Dreamer on 9. Dreamer is usually somebody that is doing a lot of work for his squad. This time around, he wasn't awake yet. Maybe he can make himself shine on the second map. It's gonna be Train coming up in just a few moments. I thank you for tuning in. You've been amazing so far, and I hope you stick around for the map pick of AGG, who seem to be able to pull an upset. And if you want to find out if they make it 2-0 or if E-Frag come back, stick around. 5 to 10 minutes and we are live with Train. So see you soon.